Hi and good day. My name is Giovanni Kenechukwu Obodoakor. The purpose of this video is to serve as my submission, is to serve as my application for the role of an intern, a front-end engineering intern at Telesoftas. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you two major things. First of all, I would like to give you three major reasons why I believe I am a best fit for this position. Secondly, I would like to tell you the things that interest me as being a front-end engineer. And before I dive into that, I'd like to give you a little bit background about myself. I love to read. I really love to read. That's the first one. Secondly, I am quite customer-centric. I believe and I'm quite client-centric. I believe that the client or the customer comes first, and anything that will make that person convert, anything that will give that person a pleasurable experience should be what I have knowledge about. Now, what are the three things that will make me a perfect role for this position? Necessarily, number one, I possess the skills, I possess the character, I possess the knowledge, I possess the experience, I possess the capacity, and I possess the emotional IQ. I possess the resilient ability. I possess the ability to perform technical skills using HTML, CSS, TypeScript, JavaScript. And I do have knowledge in NoSQL and SQL as well, and MongoDB as well, which will be necessary for me on my job sites, on my job applications, and on my job duties. I do possess it, and I possess the resilient spirit in making sure that a job that I start will be released to fruition. Secondly, I am quite adaptable and flexible to situations. I am quite flexible enough to understand, to read a given situation and solve a given problem with multifaceted approach. I believe that every problem is peculiar. I believe that every problem has a different solution. I believe that every situation should be handled differently. So I have possessed that, that sharp intelligence to noticing how a certain problem will be solved. Thirdly, I love to collaborate with people. I love to collaborate. I love to work with a lot of people. Whether it describes me, whether it requires me leading a team, I love to lead a team. Whether it requires me to step back and watch somebody else lead while I become an active member, I do love to do that. I've worked with business managers, I've worked with social media managers, I've worked with other front-end engineers as well. I've worked with other technical people, and I've worked with a large number of teams, not just in professional settings or in corporate organizations, but in non-corporate organizations as well, which will be able to make sure that a certain objective or a certain goal is being completed. So, just to recap, I do have the skills and the knowledge and the resilience in performing those things. Secondly, I possess flexibility and adaptability that will improve my problem solving. Thirdly, as well, I love to collaborate with people. What interests me as a front-end engineer, the second part, it's because I love to understand what would make a client or a customer have a pleasurable experience and convert. I have a very strong digital marketing background, so I am quite trained to have that knowledge of taking a customer or taking a client and making sure that client doesn't just become aware and engaged in my services or in the service of the organization, but becomes loyal and a rabid fan as well. So that is my major interest. That serves my major interest. So anything I'm learning is because I want to improve and know how to apply for the purpose of a customer. Secondly, I've always been fascinated about the knowledge of the link between the client and the web server interpreting it, and that is where front-end entails. And I've always been fascinated about knowing those languages which will help me convert at a certain point, and that is where front-end comes in. So these are the things that really quite interest me about being a front-end engineer. All right, like I said, I really hope, or like I'm saying now, I really hope I'm really considered for this internship program. I really hope I can meet you at some certain point so that I can ask you questions like, what do you think is the best way of creating a highly web responsive site? What do you think? I really hope to have more conversations with you, and I am quite open to criticism. I'm quite open to build up, and I'm quite open to developing and learning. So thank you very much, and I hope to have a favorable response for you guys. God bless and bye.